Hey guys, so this Transit all-wheel drive van that we've been working on for a while is now finished, and I've had a lot of requests about certain details that went into it, and so we thought we'd do a full detailed walkthrough. So this video is going to be fairly long. Grab a coffee, relax, enjoy. Okay, so just starting at the entry here, we've got a nice transition into the seating area. In this kitchen unit, we've got a flip-up countertop. Down below, we've got a GFI outlet, some nice ambient lighting, and a three-way walnut and brass switch. Now the three-way operates the ceiling light in the van, and you can turn it on from here when you're entering, and then you can turn it off when you are in bed from the switch panel over there. You can see we got quite a nice cozy section up front for sitting. Has a real comfortable, warm feeling. We've got some copper tiles on the wall. All of the cabinetry are walnut. I don't know if it comes through very well with the light balance right now, but it's all walnut cabinetry. This Corian countertop flips up, and we've managed to hide the distribution panel down here for your AC and your DC circuits. The AC is a 50 amp in this one, so we went full 50 amp, and it's got the EV charger option as well for the batteries. I'll just take you inside here and show you, finish off with the sitting area up front. So we have a forward-facing third seat here with a seat belt, and one of the unique things we did is we put a flip up right here that will flip up and turn it into a love seat. And I'll show you that in a minute, but first, just to finish off with the seat, this seat actually contains at the bottom, you can see a Valet heater. One of the outlets is here, the other one is ducted to the back area, and then on top of that, we have an area for, we're using for shoes and boots. Nice big deep area right at the entryway, and it's easy to put everything in there and conceal it away. So I'll just flip up the love seat and show you what that looks like. Okay, so there's the love seat folded up. You can see you've got quite a large area to sit, cuddle with your partner, and you can look out the sliding door from this area. So it's kind of a multi-purpose area, but it does give you a nice sort of extra seating area when you want it there. I'm filming here in the shop right now. It's winter up in Canada where we are, so I've got the windows closed off just because the shop doesn't provide the nicest lighting, and you get a real feel for what this is like when you're closed in. So in the front area we have the seating area that I talked about. This mirror here, if you saw any of my other videos, it just pops off and the TV will slide on there, and there's a power jack above the TV where you would plug it in. So we can have the TV up here, you can watch it from the two front seats, or we can have it in the back bedroom area, and I can show you what that looks like. But for now, I'll grab the TV and put it there, and you can see how that looks. So I'll go get the TV and I'll show you where it is, and then we'll bring it up to the front and I can show you how that works up in the front area. This whole van is built out of 80/20. I use the black 1010 series. So in the back, you'll see there's a couple cabinets on each side of the bed. They're built into the walls. This one here is really a pantry. It's got wine racks. So you can stand up wine bottles, olive oil, that sort of thing, and then lots of jars. I'll show you that afterwards. But on this side, we've got our TV. So the TV is actually inside this cabinet, and it just lifts out, and it'll mount on the back bedroom area or the front, which is what I'm going to show you now. So we've got this nice mirror here, lifts right off. You can see the mount. And the TV just drops right on. And the power cord plugs in right here. And that's a 28-inch TV, smart TV. So you have lots of room. I've adapted it to fit to work off a 12 volt directly, so you don't have to use the inverter on that TV, which is nice. And it's a perfect spot for sitting in the front here in these two seats and enjoying some TV in the evening if you want. So we'll continue with the tour, and then I'll put the TV in the back to show you what that looks like next. Okay, so the TV is now mounted in the bedroom area, and you can see from my vantage, if I'm lying down, it's a perfect spot for watching shows. Works out great in this location. And the other thing I didn't mention was that the mirror in the front, because it's using the same mount, I can bring it around and put it where the TV is here. And when the bed's up and the TV is put away and the mirror is on this location, it's perfect for women doing their makeup, for instance. It's at standing height right at your face, and you've got the kitchen counter right next to you to set your products on. So that works out quite well. So I'm going to go ahead and put away the TV, and then we'll continue on the tour. This is just a quick shot of what the TV cabinet looks like. Again, using these same mounts that it just slides on and off. So once you put it in there, it doesn't move while you're driving, and the doors obviously close and hide it completely. Okay, so there's the TV back in. We'll just close it up, lock those latches, and now the TV's gone. And you have, there's a little bracket there, but it's really not noticeable. It blends in with the 80/20 quite nicely. So quite happy with that. And when you're lying in bed, we've got these nice little reading lights here that I made. It's a nice soft light, so when you're reading at night, it doesn't affect the dilation of your pupils too much or your night vision. And next door here, we've got the air conditioner controls. Okay, so I'm going to come back out and we'll go ahead and lift up the Murphy bed and show you what it looks like without it. Okay, so back out here, you can see that with the bed down, you actually still have access to quite a bit of space down below. And of course, all your upper cabinets are accessible up here. I can lift the bed up with one arm. It's all on tension springs, so it lifts quite easily. And there we go. It's put away. And the springs are strong enough that they hold it from moving while we're driving, so there's no latches required to secure it. And now we have a nice seating bench here. Lots of room for probably have 4 people on this bench. And then you've got a small bench on this side where you could have a couple people. These bags here are for dirty laundry. They actually extend out. And they're unaffected by the bed when you fold it down, so it can actually stay like that. So it's a nice option for when you're traveling and you accumulate a bunch of dirty laundry that you need to take to the cleaners. And one of the main criteria for building this van was to have this long open space here. So if you want to bring in a bicycle, a motorcycle, do a Home Depot run and pick up 12-foot lumber, you've got lots of room to bring anything in and transport it. We've transported stoves. It's super multifunctional. And that table down there is just mounted on the back door. It pops off, and in about 3 seconds I can open it up and have a sitting area back here or a sitting area at the front. So I'm going to pull that table out and just show you what it can look like. So you can see here it's a pretty comfortable area to sit. The table is quite large. It's perfect for 2 people. You could have a couple people on the other side as well. And it's just a nice big open area to spend some time and eat your meal. And it's away from the kitchen, so someone can be cooking. Other people can be back here, and it just gives you an amazing amount of flexibility. And of course the bed flips up. You can leave the bed made and just fold it up and it's out of the way. And then when you're ready for bed, you just put the table away and fold the bed down. It's that simple. And this bed, if you can see it, it is on scissor legs. So you literally just press this one button and it just collapses instantly, and you can adjust the height. So I'm going to move it to the front now and I'll show you that. We adjust the height lower because those seats are a little bit lower. Okay, so with the table at the front here, you can see how nicely that works out. If if you angle it, you can have 3 people comfortably sitting around this table. And it's just so quick and easy to pull out, easy to put away. You know, I've done the Lagoon table on many builds. We've done fold-out tables and different solutions. But one of the challenges here was there's no obvious spot to mount a Lagoon table. And the other issue that I often have is I find it a lot of work to pull out the table. So quite often if we're stopping quickly, I won't bother to pull it out and we just don't use it. So this table is so fast and so easy. I think it's a fantastic solution. We got this table on Amazon. These upper cabinets give you lots of room. You can see here. So we've put a nice thick sort of felted type material on the inside, which makes it soft for rattles and protecting items that you put inside. Locking latches obviously on all of them. This is all solid 80/20 mounted to the frame with rib nuts so it does not move. Integrated lighting and all the way down. So we've basically got 2 cabinets here. They're 24s each for the kitchen area, plus 4 drawers down here and a large drawer here. This large drawer here has a garbage and recycle right in here, and then extra space. And then below the drawer down here is where the batteries are. So you can't see it right now, but if you slide the drawer right out, you can access them. And this bank of drawers is hiding the Victron equipment. It's in the very back of the kitchen. So these cabinets are only 12 inches deep, or these drawers, but they're deep enough and big enough to hold, like those are full-size cooking bowls. We normally have a pot set on the other side there that I'm using somewhere else right now. But it works perfectly. And then in the top, you know, we've got all kinds of utensils. Below here is where we keep all of our hot plates. So we've got an electric and a butane hot plate, and it's just so easy to slide that out, grab it, put it up on the counter, and away you go. They're all slow close, soft close with locking latches. And once you lock these latches, nothing's going anywhere. So large kitchen, again with that fold up extra side piece. You got a huge area. You can cook here with the fumes going out if you want. You can cook on this side and the fan can blow any fumes away. The faucet here has an integrated drinking water. So we have a drinking water filter, and that comes out of this one. And then the main faucet is controlled here. Nice deep stainless steel sink. We do have a Corian and a cooking a wooden cover for the sink, but we prefer to leave it open. Just more convenient. And just to go through these switches, so at the top here we've got our water pump. This one is a water circulation pump. And what it does is when you want to use hot water, turn that on, wait about 10 or 15 seconds, and it circulates the hot water from the water heater directly to each faucet and to the shower. So you don't waste water trying to get the hot water through to the faucet. And then here we've got, this is our electric water heater. The water heater is plumbed into the coolant lines, but if you're parked for more than 24 hours, you need to heat it up with electricity. So that's what that does. This one here is for our heated floors. And then these are lights. So we got our kitchen lights. We got our nighttime ambient lighting down here. And the third one is for the bedroom area back here. And this is the 3-way that does the ceiling. And that's the one you can operate from the front door as well. And then when the bed folds down, you can reach all of these switches. So you can turn off the 3-way. You can turn on the heated floors when you wake up in the morning so you don't get out onto cold floors. Turn on your water heater if you need to, or whatever. The fan is great because it's directional and you can bring heat or cooled air from the back to the front or the front to the back if needed. We ducted the air conditioner and the heat front and back, so we haven't needed to use the fan, but it's a nice option to have. Down here you can see we've got the intake for the air conditioner over here. So the air conditioner is back under this cabinet. And then this one here is the air conditioner where it comes out. and that is for the heat, where the heat comes out. And then also the heat and the air conditioner come out at the front section. And down here we just got some vents to let some heat in for the water tank. The water tank is under here. In this cabinet, you can lift these off. We got the water tank. Actually, you know what? We'll just lift them off. So there's our 30-gallon water tank, water pump, accumulator tank. And right in there, this is our little, it's a pond circulation pump that circulates the hot water so we don't waste any of our precious water when we're traveling. We've got a sea level gauge. That's actually hooked into the Victron, so we don't really use that, so that's why it's hidden under there. And then over on this side, that's the isotherm water heater that's plumbed in. And this is a large tray that actually slides out from the back when you open the back door, and you can store all of your hoses and your electrical cords and anything else that you might need back there. And then hidden off to the side here, this is where we did put the Victron display so you can see what's going on. We've got the tank monitors here. You can see all your data in one nice shot. So this van has 500 watts of solar on the roof. It has a 50 amp DC to DC charger. It's got a 3000 watt inverter charger, Victron Multiplus 2. And we have an auto transformer that is hooked into the EV charger, so we can also charge with an EV plug. And that's what this is for. So the pointing to the right is shore. So if you're plugged into a shore connection. And to the left, that's if you're going to use the EV port on the outside and plug in a EV charger. And that would be a level 2 EV charger. They're at almost every hotel, motel, resort. You see them everywhere. And they're anywhere from free for the first few hours to maybe $3 or $4 per hour. So they're extremely inexpensive. And it's a great way to charge. I had mentioned this pantry we put in. One of the challenges we always find is, where do you put taller things like wine bottles? They don't fit in the upper cabinets. They don't really go in drawers, liquor bottles. So this built-in one made use of some space in the wall that we weren't taking advantage of. Gave you lots of pantry space, and you have got the coffee grinder up there. You have lots of room for those tall things. And with the doors closed and locked, nothing moves when you're driving. Nice walnut remote holder there. And all of our windows, another reading light on that side. Up top here we've got a max air fan. Closed off. The ceiling in this one we did acoustic tiles. So it's actually a thin plywood ceiling first and then acoustic tiles throughout. And the main thinking there was, there's a lot of wood and a lot of darkness in here. We want it to be dark and warm and cozy. And the thought was, well, we probably shouldn't do a wood ceiling because that's going to make it feel really dark and closed in. So that allowed us to have a bit of a lighter ceiling, but keep it warm and cozy. And it absorbs sound beautifully. So we really do notice that difference. So the heated floors, I've got a heating strip that runs this full length, and then another one that goes the other way in front of the two seats at the front. So we got two heating strips built in. Heats all of the floors really nicely. So on this side, we've got an isotherm 140 tall fridge, which has been fantastic. Below, we've got a nice huge pull-out drawer. And then next to that is the bathroom. So I'll show you the bathroom here. So we've got an Oxygenics shower head there. Did a built-in spot for your toiletries, which has been a godsend. Have a nice black controller there. We did the waterproof toilet paper holder. Julka Gotta Go toilet. Custom fiberglass, hand-laid fiberglass shower pan. And then we did a raised up grid to stand on. And while the door is generally waterproof, we've got some hooks here as well. We do have a curtain that you can pull across. Nice and simple. a lot more cost effective than you know, a Nautilus, but works just as well. And the reason the door opens this way is because when you pull over and you want to use the washroom quickly, all of the privacy you need is from the front, because that's where it's open and people can see in. So you don't actually have to close the door when you're going to jump back to use the washroom. You can leave it like this, have extra room while you're accessing the toilet, and complete privacy. And then you come out, wash your hands, close the door, and carry on your trip. So that was the thinking there. We've got switches here for the washroom and the nook up above the sitting area. And the fridge, isotherm 140. It's an amazing fridge. It's a very good use of space. It's nice and high. Has a very large freezer for this type of fridge. And it's quite quiet. Compressor, 12-volt fridge. So I mounted it right on the ceiling as high as I could get it, mounted right in the 80-20. Like this is an 80-20 rail here. And then down below, of course, we managed to get a nice deep, big drawer where you could keep larger things. I've got a barbecue in there right now, but that's the kind of space you always want to have in a van. So that worked out really well. Okay, so I took it outside so we can just sort of get a better idea of what it feels like with the windows open. Lots of light, very big windows. They all have the integrated blackout, and mosquito screen, their awning. These are Arctic Tern, so they're double-walled acrylic insulated European windows. Fabulous windows. So we got one on each side here, and then towards the back, of course, we got the one on this side. And if I bring the bed down, just do it with one hand effortlessly. We've got one on the other side. So when you're lying back in bed, you've got a nice window to look out at the perfect height. Fan above, if you want to pull some air, the hot air out, crack those windows and get a nice breeze coming through. It works out really nicely. And again, this one, we did not put windows on the back. We find, especially up here in Canada in the winter, the back doors and windows, if you have them, are just covered in salt and guck, and you can't see out them anyway. So we leave the doors whole, and we put the windows on the side. And the windows on the side don't get dirty at all. So it's a much better way of doing things, in my opinion. Okay, so I'm going to go around to the back and I'll just show you some of the slide out drawer access from the back. This is a huge window here, giving you lots of view. Up here we added one more of these little down lights, and it's tied into the ceiling lighting, because what I found was when you had this countertop open, the cabinet ends right here, and the lighting kind of ended here, and you didn't have a lot of great lighting over on this side. So these little downlights are fantastic, what they offer, and it's just such a nice gentle light. And in the evening, these lower ones light up the walkway and the doorway beautifully without affecting your night vision. And they're just nice and soft. And you can turn those on from bed if you need to get up to use the washroom or to get outside for any reason. I can actually turn off some of the other lights. Maybe you can see them better. So I'll give you an idea of what it looks like when you need to walk. And there's the front sliding door. All beautifully lit up. Okay, we'll go around to the back. Just to give you an idea, sitting on this love seat here, this is your view. I mean, ideally that would be the ocean with some waves lapping in. Right now in January in Canada, it's a little bit different. But beautiful nonetheless, and it's a great place to sit and enjoy a view. And it's contrasted with, obviously, the warmth of this beautiful build-out. Okay, so just opening up the back door here. I just want to show you this. I'm not sure to release the latch with the camera down because it takes two hands, but they lock, and these are locking latches, obviously. But then this drawer just pulls right out. And there's my 50 amp electrical cord. If anyone's used a 50 amp, they know how much room these take up. I got my hose here, some tank treatment, gloves, pretty much everything you need. And the beauty is it's just perfectly accessible. Whether the bed's up or down or whatever I've got loaded in the back, it's always there. And of course I have a GFCI outlet there in case I need any power out here, and a 12 volt built in as well. Because it's winter, we've pretty much covered in salt on the van, but just to give you a quick idea of how it looks, got some winter tires on there right now. This right here is the water fill for the water tank. Down in this corner right here, that's your EV charger. You can see the windows. I get around to the other side. There's your 50 amp smart plug. And down there is the exhaust, stainless steel exhaust for the Valet heater. But pretty sharp looking van with the blacked out windows. These are tinted windows as well. First time using them. Again, Arctic Tern windows. But it gives you pretty good privacy on the inside, and we tinted the side windows of the driver and passenger as well, so it all matches quite nicely. This being the all-wheel drive version of the Transit with the EcoBoost, it just does phenomenally well in the winter. So there I am out in front of the shop. Get a pretty good idea. And you can see from down below, it's hard to tell that there's solar or anything on the roof. I lift really high, you might be able to see a little bit, but there's 500 amps up there and that max fan that you saw. Anyway, that's the build. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them for you.